Hello and welcome back to Higurashi Minagoroshi episode 2. It's good to be back. Let's have a good session. Last session I was literally so hype. I became hypersensitive. Like the whole headpiece thing, like that's actually insane to me because I've never experienced that and it never happened after that. So I think I was literally just hypersensitive. The whole teeth thing. So man, I guess I was really excited to get back into this. It's good to see all the commenters. Thank you for the comments, It's what I like to see. Start a new series, get a bunch of comments. I appreciate them. Anything No, I mean it's been a good time. If you check out our playlist section on the channel, there is something called an unannounced playthrough or walkthrough or whatever with private videos. You may or may not know what that is. I don't think I even talked about it much in the Higurashi playthrough, so probably not. But yeah, something December bonus stuff. Uploaded at midnight for our Christmas special, even though it has literally nothing to do with Christmas. So yeah, that'll be there. There'll be a video before it actually uploads. So yay, fun stuff. Anything IRL? Not really. You know what? Food take. I'll just say it, and I don't know. I think I might have said it before, but maybe not. I think any type of salami is the best deli meat. Now I'm not a deli master. I'll usually go for a burger or something over a sandwich, but definitely at home if I'm buying a deli meat, I would go with some form of salami, probably spicy. I just love it. It's chewy, dry texture. It's not even dry. I don't know. Chewy, like slick, but kind of dry texture. It's just goated in my book. I also do like a brand of lean ham. Um, but yeah, a lot of like the mortadellas, the bolognas, some of the bologna's not fancy, but not too big of a fan of those. I'm much more of a salami kind of guy. If yeah. um okay. Stuff from last session, a lot of comments like Aiden, what the voice was talking about, the differences in Watanabe and Mayatashi. And low key, I'm a little nervous, I appreciate the words of confidence, but I'm not 100% sure of my answers. So after I finished the video, I thought of something which is technically true, but it doesn't really go with the idea of post Rika incidents, and it's the incidents where the footsteps like started jumping and stuff and stomping, like making loud noises, not audible by Keiichi. And that's something unique in both Watanabe and Mayatashi. But it's not post Rika, but I guess that's important to note. Probably the thing that's obvious, which took me a bit to realize, which maybe I should have, is Keiichi doesn't die, or at least isn't confirmed dead by the end of both of them. Now there probably is a gas thing, but there's no indication of that either. Besides the credits of Mayatashi, which I thought pointed to the disaster, but technically Keiichi doesn't die, or no confirmed deaths, because even in just Higurashi, he died like years later. Nothing like that. So maybe that's the answer. Keiichi doesn't die in the arts, or at least isn't seen dead when we're looking through, I guess, the memory fragment. If the arts are memory fragments. The other thing I was thinking of, there's no blue-eyed stuff in stuff other than Mayatashi and Watanabe. I don't actually know if that's true, but I think it is. No bright blue-eyed spooky stuff. The Okay, so the Rion theory is actually dead, huh? Maybe. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be dead. Um, if you follow the rules, since the rules are Shion, Teichi, or Rena goes crazy. You know, we'd add some rules, that's right, from her mysterious voice friend. Some some win conditions for the Rita of this arc to solve to finally find happiness. She needs the club members to survive, because she won't be happy if she's the only survivor and or someone else is dead. She needs the Sonozakis not to claim the murders, which will just create another cycle of alibis and stuff. And she needs to stop the environment, aka the mastermind, causing the paranoia, in my opinion, because I appreciate the voice. I don't agree with the Oishi and Tateno stuff. I will deny that, because if they're not the masterminds, it's Irie, and I don't love that. I think they're just going off with what they see, so even they wouldn't possibly know that Takano is the culprit. I guess they're seeing it through Rika's POV. I'm not actually sure how it's working for their view, if they're seeing the same thing we're seeing, through Keiichi or Shion or whatever. Because I don't even know if they would know about the Takano sightings when she's supposed to be dead stuff, but I mean, I guess they would know who killed her in Higurashi if it was the case, so it would be easier for them to figure stuff out. But anyways, longish intro, let's wrap it up. Let's have a good sesh, alright? Part 2 of chapter 1. Or is this chapter 2? No, it's chapter 1, no hint screen. I felt no gravity in the darkness and lost all my senses as a result. Oops. I banged my head on the floor with a dull thud. Seeing stars behind my eyelids, I curled into a ball while holding my head in pain. Tiny Rita? We done did a Rita POV. I mean, it would be the arc. Okay, yeah, Rita POV. That's interesting. I had no idea why I was in this situation, but as soon as I heard their voices from the top of the cliff, I realized that I must have fallen. Ah, I remember. I was playing behind the shrine with the rest of the club members. I got too excited and started doing something very dangerous. Then the tree branch broke. That's how I fell off the cliff. My body started to ache all over. I remembered how I fell, but I still felt strange for some reason. I couldn't remember what I was doing. No, it was more that I couldn't remember who Rita Furude was before I fell off the cliff. So this is the indicator of us being... Well, maybe this answers my question of when Rita takes over the art's Rita's body or whatever, when that happens, because I was like, does it happen at birth, so she experiences her whole life, which is actually probably more damaging than the other options. Does it happen at the first murder? Does it happen at the start of the 5th year? But I guess it did say no, never mind, it did say Hanyu, our little, again, just assuming it's Rita's friend, can only turn back time 2 weeks, or was it a month? And so we have to solve the mystery, beat the win conditions in that time. So what I was thinking, and I think I stated it before, maybe all these worlds are being created because of this Hanyu character who keeps reversing time, and she keeps creating these different arts, and that's the cause of all these separate instances. I don't know anything about time travel stuff, but I feel like that could be a reasonable idea, right? Is that Hanyu or is that Chia? Where's Hanyu Chia? I heard Hanyu's panicked voice. Super Saiyan Chia. Ah, it is the cover girl. Okay, I mean, I guess we do see her right away. I still don't know if I mean, I guess who else would you put as the cover girl for a cover character? I guess is better because, you know, Keiichi was the cover character for Sumi Horoboshi. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so hello train. Sorry, open window. I like being chilly. She actually does have horns. I was wondering if those were horns or not. Because, you know, new character, I didn't try to look as hard. I thought she was just rocking a headpiece, but I'm pretty sure those are horns. Unless they're like a horns headpiece, which would be cute. I looked behind me and saw Hanyu standing there with a scared look on her face.
Hanyu.
You telling me that's not Chia? Super Saiyan? Sounds like Chia to me. We're burn Rika right now. Or not, the voice, I mean. She desus? Okay.
羽生、そんなことはどうでもいいわ。今日はいつ？昭和何年の何月何日？
Guessing we're in the 5th year. I always ask this question first when something like this happens. And I'm gonna guess, just a wild guess that the other Rikas before this like instance traveling Rikas probably doesn't have Hanyu with them. Hanyu's probably like a single entity traveling with the traveling Rika. She finally realized that I was asking the same old question.
昭和58年6月なのです。
That's the 5th year, right?
綿流しのお祭りが来週なのですから。
Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing. I don't remember the years.
なんてこと。それしか猶予がないってわけ。
But yeah, because she's saying that. Okay.
僕たちの力もこれが精一杯なのです。
Honey muttered regretfully. New character hype, though. It's always good. I mean, I guess we had some new characters last arc with Teppei, kind of new. He was just a new sprite character in Rina, but I don't know if that hyped anyone up. I don't know if there's any Rina and Teppei fans in the playthrough. You know, I don't judge. Whatever, like who you like. I mean, I guess Maitashi had cats. Oh no, Katsumi? That's not his name. It might be his name. Mr. Lanky. We call him Mr. Lanky. Because he has the arm span of a stretchy man. So, he was cool. Anyways, new character. We'll see what she's about, you know. Voice acting. You know, I need a couple episodes. I do dig it. Has the same nano desus as Rika. Wonder if Rika learned it off her. I'm guessing Hanyu's older. It was. Oops. 1 second. Jesus Christ, that scared me. Someone probably just bumped into my door. Jesus. Anyways, it was the middle of June 1983. If this really was the best she could do, I had no choice. I couldn't complain. I gradually started to remember more things. Got a short time span, no time for fun and games. Gotta get a lot done on the list. Alright, we got a real update on Sumi Horoboshi. And this is confirmed right after it, huh? After Rena surrendered to the police, all the classmates were given checkups at the clinic. Oh yeah? Checkups at the clinic? Sounds like a certain clinic theory I created in Watanagashi. I didn't get hurt, so I was sent back home after they determined I had no injuries. My memories started getting vague from that point on. a common characteristic of my violent deaths. When my life is taken away violently, the memory before death becomes vague with static. It's like a violently ripped roll of toilet paper. That example should make it easy to understand even if it's uncouth. Okay, so that's probably the reason why she wouldn't be able to identify her culprit in Night to Higurashi, because that death was pretty brutal. That's why I have no clear memory of what happened and how I died that night. You know, I'm still betting it's Oishi or Takano. I mean, I feel like if someone's physically killing Rika, I think Takano's a way more likely culprit than Oishi. Oishi could be like planning some murders in his house or whatever, but I think when push comes to shove, actual murder of Rika is more likely to be Takano. I think. I only have vague memories. I think someone covered my mouth with a handkerchief or something and I passed out. Chloroform tech? I mean, Irie, Takano, and Oishi could have that, so that's the only thing that I remember and only vaguely. I feel like all three can have pretty easy access to it. I'm not even sure if it really happened. The only thing I know for sure is that I was attacked on my way home, or possibly after I got there, and that I was murdered suddenly. I don't know who killed me or how I was killed. Also, I'm gonna... Wait, did I say that in the intro? I always have a checklist and I just never do it. Also, as you know, audio problems. I'm bad at audio. If it's too loud. If the game sound is too loud, then feel free to tell me. I mean, last episode we had no voice acting, so I guess it was kind of hard to tell for that department, but yeah. Also down for some voice acting. I don't know if I mean, there already was, so, you know, I love reading, but I also love the voice acting. I don't know who killed me or how I was killed. I'm glad that at least I don't remember the horrific ending to my life every time it happens. Because of my experiences, I think I now understand why ghosts wander around this world, not knowing that they died so suddenly. Made sense, actually. If it's death from a long-lasting illness, people tend to remember that they were sick. They can kind of assume that they died after being sick for a long time. But when your memory is violently disrupted like mine, it can get quite confusing. When I first experienced this, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or not. I even thought that I hit my head hard and lost my memory. I needed to organize things before I get too confused. My name is Rika Furude. Oh yeah, and we also know that Rika's memories are starting to turn to mush probably from traveling to so many instances and keeping the memories, so that's why we're on a time limit. People look at me in a special way, but that's not a big deal for me. All I want is a happy life where I can play around with my best friends. I can't remember how long I've been living in the state of obtaining that simple happiness. This panicked girl here is named Hanyu. I'm the only one who can see her. I like the outfit. I think... Is that the same? I don't think Rika has her like sleeves cut. It's a nice addition. Perhaps... Isn't that a thing though? I feel like I've seen animated shrine girls with the sleeve cut, but I'm not sure. Because I can't actually think of a shrine girl in my head, so maybe I'm just misremembering. Perhaps she only exists inside of my head. At any rate, Hanyu's invisible and can generally only interact with me. It'll be a long story if I try to explain Hanyu's existence, so I won't be doing that right now. I mean, I would really appreciate that long story, Rika. I think that would help. Besides, I don't even know how I should talk about her. Yeah, those are definitely horns, kind of. They're pointing downwards, which is weird. She's been there since I was born, and her existence is a natural thing for me. Dude, she's a Yashiro-sama. I'm calling it. It's either that or Chia. There's only two options. You choose. I saw everyone running up the gravel road toward me. That's my important and lovable best friends. Our group's active, boisterous, and we get serious about doing stupid things. I'm never bored when I'm around them, and I love them very much. It's cute. That I'm never bored around them is also cute. God, how far did we literally just fell down a mountain or something? I didn't think it was that bad of a fall. Got Rena. Kind of sucks that Rita didn't get saved at the end of the 6th one, since we were lucky enough to have a super Keiichi on our side, but I doubt Keiichi's gonna remember the past arc, right? I think that might have been a one-time hitter. I think all I got was a bump at least. My injury wasn't as serious as everyone thought. The Toto. Ooh. That's what Keiichi normally wears, right? Well, it's kind of different, but not really. I guess we're just used to seeing him in his school uniform. At least his facial expression isn't annoying me yet. The common trait. Better be safe than sorry. I agree. It's reassuring, but yeah. Satoto warned me with a stern voice. It really wasn't a big deal, but I decided to nod since Satoto was trying to be generous. She wasn't trying to boss me around or anything. She was only saying that because of how much she cares. I've seen it before in many different lives that I've been through. I have no doubt that she's really concerned about me. Right. It's not just Satoto. Mion, Rena, and Keiichi are the same. They're also nice to me, and they truly do care. Mion left to look for a phone. Rena also left with a towel, looking for the water tap. Satoto remained nearby, taking care of me with a worried face. And Hanyu was just staring there, still wearing a panicked look. Keiichi seemed to be panicked too, but he was trying not to show it. He was standing by me, wearing a calm expression. I wouldn't feel anything special about his words if this was a while ago. Well, we did have a super Keiichi, right? But at that moment when Rena took over the classroom, when she hurt Mion, Keiichi tried his best to save Rena, even so. He was more reliable than I ever imagined from his normal behavior. He's usually an insensitive guy who hurts other people's feelings without noticing, but that's not his true self. He has a secret side. He's willing to sacrifice himself for other people. I was just observing that not too long ago. That's why I can honestly feel his generosity now. Now that I think about it, Keiichi regained a memory from another world the previous time around. Is it possible that he carries that memory in this world too? I doubt it, though. If that's the case, I have some hope. Hanyu and I are totally powerless. Hanyu is only like heir to everyone but me, and I'm just a little girl. So Hanyu can't do anything, except turn back time, which I guess is a pretty big deal, but... There's only so much that we can do ourselves. But Keiichi is different. He changed the fate that I had once resigned myself to. Got that motivation. The Keiichi boost. Well, I'm sure I guess Rita never tried to explain this whole situation to everyone, but I guess it would be hard to bring up. But I legitimately think, like, they would actually kind of take it seriously. At least Keiichi would. But I feel like everyone would. Just from the past experiences, you know? The power of friendship. He's somebody who may have the power to take me to my unseen future. If I can get Keiichi to understand me, he could be my hero. Perhaps I'm actually not expecting that much out of him. I just want someone to understand my struggle of being stuck in this maze.
Keiichi?
I spoke to him slowly. It had been a while since I felt so nervous. I hadn't felt this way since I started my endless life in 1983. As a witch, I normally would know what his response would be before even talking to him. I often remained silent because I already know how pitiful the reply would be. But in that case, why was I so nervous now?
呼んだかリカちゃん
Hanyu gave me a disappointed look before I responded to Keiichi.
Rika.
I could tell what Hanyu was thinking too. The miracle wasn't going to happen. If miracles do happen, one could have happened many times in my other lives. But I've only seen one miracle before. The miracle that Keiichi gave me was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of miracle. Only if that happened again would it be a true miracle. I won't get out of this world just because I rolled 6 on the die once. I can't get out unless I get a miracle that's equivalent to getting 6 on the die 10 times in a row. And so I rolled 10 dice wishing they'd all turn out to be 6.
Keiichi?
どうしたんだよどこか痛むのか
He looked at me weirdly after I called his name twice.
ケイイチは覚えていますですか?
I knew how sudden my question was. As I thought he would, he looked at me with a confused face.
え覚えてるって何の話だよ
I looked inside of his eyes to see his true feelings. He should remember, he should know. Even though he doesn't have the memory, Keiichi experienced it.
なんですの、ケイイチさん。何かリカに悪いことでもしたんじゃありませんの？自分の胸によく聞いてごらんなさいですわよ。ケイイチ、学校の屋根の上に登ったことを覚えていますですか?
That's a good way to be vague.
学校の屋根？ケイイチさん、そんなとこに登ったんですの？サトコは黙っててなのです。ケイイチ、覚えていませんですか?
俺が屋根の上にいつ
Yeah, that's probably a negative.
いやリカちゃんそれは多分他の誰かの勘違いだろ俺屋根なんか登ったことないし登り方だって知らないよ
Of course you haven't experienced it in this world yet. But please tell me that you remember. I know you've never been up on the roof, but you should still remember doing it. You shouldn't be able to remember it true, but you actually did once. You should be able to remember it once again.
屋根の上にボールでも取りに行ったんじゃありませんの?
いやそんな経験一度もねえよサトコは経験あるか
まさか屋根の上なんて上がったら先生に怒られましたよ。
でもさ屋根の上で昼寝とかしたら気分が良さそうだよな
We're Brits.
覚えてるわけないのですよ。
You know, I'm starting to like Hanyu's appearance. You know, the one thing was the hair color, because I honestly don't see that hair color much, or at least remember it much in anime, but it's growing on me. I like you, Hanyu. I like the look of your cut. Is that the same? let's. I mean, obviously you're a friendly character because you've been chilling with Rito for a while, so let's work together. Looks like Keiichi's trimmed. Gah.
そんな簡単に奇跡が起こるなら僕もリカもこんな苦労はしないのですよ。
Shut up. I knew that. I knew that he wouldn't remember.
どうせまた僕たちはお祭りの終わりとともに消えてゆく夏のセミの運命なのです。うるさいな。
Oh. As I stared at her fiercely, Hanyu realized that she had crossed a line. Get out of here. This might be a waste of time. The maze we're in might not have an exit. It might be an endless loop without a goal in place. I'm guessing this, because that's very similar to the thing we saw in Sumi Horoboshi, the scene where Irie and Oishi was talking and someone was watching them. So I think that's probably Rika hiding in a bush, which I think we told, but I think that's almost confirmation because she said almost the same thing. We were trapped in this fate. I thought that Keiichi might be able to get me out of here. But that Keiichi I saw, truly a miracle, a momentary glimmer. The Keiichi of this world doesn't bear that same miracle. All the same, I'm not going to give up. Last time too, I gave up on fighting destiny. I realized Rena was beyond salvation, so I bid her farewell and forsook that world. That how you say? I mean, I guess that's just like forsake, but forsook. Just looks a little funky, but I believe it. No need for the doodle. But Keiichi fought and broke the cycle of fate. I should have worked harder with that Keiichi in that world. And yeah, it's the one in a chance opportunity. It's unlucky. Still think that's worth trying, your friends, but who knows. I could have broken this endless cycle together with them. Am I going to repeat this life waiting for that miracle to happen again? I can't do that. I don't want to repeat the same life anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this world, my fate, and everything. I'm tired of getting murdered by destiny. Keiichi showed me a miracle. I should be able to do the same too. I must fight. I must fight with all my remaining power. I was always fighting. I was fighting when I had more power, but I never made it. How can I expect to win this time? Still, I must fight. Keiichi taught me that fate can be shattered. I'm going to fight one more time. You have a black screen? No. Really? Is that a video trim already? Yo, it is. Oh man. It's probably not the start people want, but that's the rule, guys. We do chapter break to chapter end. We don't break the cycle. So I'm gonna end it there. I guess we'll read the tip. First tip of the series to my granddaughter. Who's a granddad? No one. I'm sorry for leaving you like this. I just need you to understand I'd rather take my own life than be fearful of how many days I have left to live. That's why I'm writing this letter to you. I can't stand the fear of being unable to leave behind a will while my life is prolonged, even as I lose my consciousness. In the end, there's nothing I can leave behind for you. I was unable to leave any of my achievements to this world. I was forgotten before I was dead. I leave this world a humiliated man, knowing that I had no appreciation from anyone. You must do better than me. You must achieve something that your grandfather was never able to achieve. I don't mind what field you choose. You must leave your mark on this world. You must leave behind your achievements. You will eventually die someday. You will eventually turn to ashes. Sorry, one sec. Okay. But if you achieve a great success, you will live forever even after you depart. Those who live beyond their deaths are called gods. I wish to become one, but I was unable to do so. So in my place, you must become a god someday. I do like that idea of if people know you after you die. Immortalization through achievements. Something I like. I mean, I would like that to happen to me, but I don't really have any achievements in the foreseeable future, at least on my radar. Sorry, I thought it said, I thought it gendered. Oh yeah, it is to my granddaughter. For some reason, I thought it was grandfather. You don't know anything about grandfathers besides like, besides, Mion's grandfather, I guess? I mean, that's it. Could be Rika's, but we know nothing about that. Rena's, we know nothing about that. Satoko's, we know nothing about that. Leave a mark. Doesn't really mesh with anyone, unless we're breaking the circle and going for like, Tatano, or I don't know why I was trying to say Chia before Tatano. Could it be relating to Tatano? I mean, kind of. If you want to put her the mastermind, then she kind of became famous as the person who predicted it through her notes. But I don't know. That's that's definitely a Hail Mary. I think this is definitely gonna have some more notes later, so we can probably piece it together. Chia, best teacher / curry connoisseur in Shishiboni City. I don't know. It doesn't really connect with anyone besides Mion having a grandfather that's actually been like name dropped or mentioned. It's interesting though. Anyways, we're gonna end it there. It's sort of a short episode, I know, but getting the ball rolling, getting firmly introduced to our new character Hanyu seems very cute, like the voice. You know, Rika's determined. You know, Keiichi didn't take his super interdimensional brain with him. That's expected. So, but at least Rika's determined. You know, we're gonna go along with the journey with her. We didn't get a warning about bad endings, so maybe there's no bad endings this arc. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Again, short one. I assume the next one will be at least normal length. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Feel free to leave a comment if you want. And I will see you Friday. We will keep the Friday-Saturday thing going. I was kind of debating in my head if I want to make Saturday like a 999 day, but you know, we'll keep the Hidu train rolling. We'll just deal with it in my own way. But yeah, thanks for watching as always. See you soon. Goodbye.